Now is the time of year to sit and relax in front of the TV and cuddle up with a blanket or your loved one because of the weather outside is absolutely appalling. It's raining and it's soon going to be snowing. So what better way to enjoy the weekends and the evenings than to watch some psychological thrillers? So I bring you a host of shows from different online streaming services to watch. So let's start with number 1, The Stranger. This is on Netflix and of course it's a BBC drama, and BBC dramas never ever disappoint. This is definitely a good example of that. So this one is about this person who is obviously called The Stranger. They go around telling people secrets about their loved ones and they sit back and watch the chaos unfold and people's lives are disrupted. They have a motive for doing it. I can't remember what the motive was, but obviously it's very, very interesting and I can't give away too much. But obviously if you're not sure about it, watch the trailer on YouTube or Netflix, and yeah, I would highly recommend this one. I gave this one a solid 9 out of 10. It's definitely one of those series that you can just binge watch over the weekend, and yeah, don't watch it when you're trying to go to sleep because you'll be saying one more episode and next thing you know you'd have finished the whole season. Number 2 is Behind Her Eyes, which was a big hit. I think it was it last year, or yeah, I think it was last year. It was a big hit, or earlier this year. This one is based on a book, so it's only 1 season. There's not going to be a season 2 or 3. It's based on a book and it's quite similar to the book. I haven't read the book, but I really enjoyed this one until it started getting a bit like spiritual and like a lot of what's that word when they use like CGI and stuff, and I was just like, hey, can we get back to like the main storyline? But overall, like, it was really good and I really liked the ending, although it was slightly different to the book, but it gave you an ending that was satisfying enough to know that okay, cool, like it could have had a season 2, but I know there's not going to be, so I'm content with the ending regardless. This one I'll give it a solid 8 out of 10 simply because of that part where they started doing stuff that was a bit too spiritual, that was a bit confusing. So yeah. Number 3 is Mindhunter, which I think has about 2 seasons on Netflix. So this one, although it's not based like on a specific true story, I think it's inspired by true events which happened in the FBI in the late 1970s when they were coming up with the terminology serial killer, and they started a department for profiling psychopaths and serial killers essentially. So that kind of shows how they came to develop it, kind of. So that one's really interesting. It goes into a lot of gruesome details about how they murder people and what the serial killers do and their patterns of behavior. So I wouldn't recommend this to watch before bed or if you're alone or at night time if you want to have a good sleep. So yeah, watch this broad daylight or with someone if you're going to watch it at night, because yeah, it was a bit scary. I'll give this one a solid 9 out of 10 simply because it goes into detail about stuff which I find really fascinating. So yeah. The Shrink Next Door, this one is based on a true story, and me, I absolutely love anything that is based on a true story. Like, it gets me so excited. Even if the storyline is boring, the fact that it's based on a true story, I'm like, oh my gosh. So this one is on Apple TV and it's basically about a counsellor who takes so much advantage of his client, and his client knows no better. Like, this counsellor breaks every boundary in the book. He breaks every ethical and moral code in the book, and he definitely should not have his license. But yeah, this manipulation and advantage he was taking of his client happened over a period of decades, and the outcome is, you know, you watch it and you find out what the outcome is. But it's very interesting for that reason, that it's based on a true story. And if you Google them today, you'll find out exactly what happened as well. So yeah, I really enjoyed that one. That one, I can't lie, I have to give a 9.5 out of 10 simply because it just had me in shock. Like, oh my gosh, a real counsellor actually did this to a real patient and like a real client, and like he got away with it for so long. Like, what? Yeah. The next one, of course, I think everybody under the sun who has Netflix knows. Joe from You. This one has obviously been a big hit since it came out, and I can't lie, I enjoy the fact that I can analyze somebody who's clearly not okay. I don't in any way, shape or form condone any of his behavior. Honestly, I know some people will argue for why they justify why he killed. Like, I know people in my life who have justified why it's okay that Joe does what he does. I don't justify it by any means whatsoever, and I actually am like, no, this is not okay on any level and he needs psychiatric help. But yeah, it's very interesting. Obviously he starts off as like an innocent stalker type, but no, there's actually a lot more going on with him. And I like a show that allows me to analyze people. It's very, very intriguing for me. So yeah, I definitely really have enjoyed You so far. I think they've got 3 seasons and another season's coming out early next year. I'll give this one an 8.5 out of 10 simply because I didn't really enjoy season 2 as much. Season 3 picked up a little bit, but yeah, I'm excited for next season. And of course it's based on books as well. I haven't read the books, but I plan to one day. Stay Close is another amazing BBC drama. I think it's from the same creators as The Stranger. They have created a few shows. The people that created The Stranger and Stay Close, I think they've created a few other shows for BBC drama, and they're all very, very interesting. So I would recommend any of them. I can't remember the plot fully, but this one has a lot of plot twists, a lot of plot turns. This is one of those that you can definitely binge watch over the weekend and thoroughly enjoy. Like, it will have you hooked. Like, it's that good. Like I said, BBC dramas never disappoint. If you're ever looking to watch like a psychological thriller or a thriller, look for a BBC drama on Netflix. You will enjoy, guaranteed. All your money back. British drama faileth not. 9 out of 10 for Stay Close. Now, Dirty John is also another one based on a true story, and this one, the way I would describe this one is like if Joe from You was a real life person, this is how it would have turned out. Like, this is basically the real life version of Joe from You, and the fact that it happened in real life and it was so like not that long ago that it happened is so shocking to me. Like, I really enjoyed it. I think season 1 is really good. They did release a season 2 which is also based on another true event that happened. I didn't find that season as interesting. I thought it was just going to be a solo limited series, but that first season is really good, so I'd highly recommend season 1. You can watch season 2 if you want, but I didn't find it as interesting. And for the sole reason that it's also a combination of You and a real life story, I give it a 9.5 out of 10. Yeah. The Island is another one. This one's also very interesting. A bunch of strangers wake up on an island and they're not sure why they're there, and they're faced with all these obstacles and stuff, and then at the end we find out why they're on the island. And it's quite interesting because I guess it poses a question of like, what's a good enough punishment for crime? What's an ethical punishment for crime? Is this how the justice system should operate? It poses a lot of really important good questions, I guess, for real life. So it was good, but I think it dragged a little bit, and I was just like, okay, can you get to the point? So for that sole reason, I guess I'll give it like a 7 out of 10. So those are my recommendations. Enjoy your winter because these shows will definitely be enough to keep you going for the next month or 2, depending on how often you watch stuff online. So I do have a video that I released recommending you guys some really interesting psychological thriller movies which you can watch next. So if you're not into series right now and you don't want to watch series and you want to watch psychological movies, I've got the perfect recommendations for you. So watch that, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!